Hello class, my name is Jack. My philosophical question was, what is the most important aspect of life? Whether that be love, whether that be obtaining as much wealth as possible, really anything like that. So, my two philosophers, my first one is Thomas Jefferson, and his probably most important aspect of life was individual rights. A good quote of his that explains this is, "We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator, or God, with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness," which he said in the Declaration of Independence. Unalienable rights is that rights that we just have simply for being human. Nobody gives them to us. We don't deserve them. They all are ours. They are absolutely just ours. And if anyone tries to take them away, that's bad. So another quote to further elaborate on my last point was, "Whenever any form of government becomes destructive of these ends, life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, it is the right of these people to alter or abolish it and to institute new government." Now, that pretty much means that whenever any government, or really anyone, anything, any aspect, tries to take away our individual rights, is the second we need to get rid of it. Is the second that we cannot allow that to go any further. Another one that further explains on that point is, does the government fear us, or do we fear the government? When the people fear the government, tyranny has found victory. The federal government is our servant, not our master. Pretty much further elaborated on that point. My second philosopher is John Dewey. John Dewey was big on education. So a good quote of his is, "Cease convincing it of education as mere preparation for later life and make it the full meaning of our present life." That pretty much means is that we should never stop learning. Once we stop learning and say, okay, I've learned enough, is when we have truly just missed our mark, just not done good, and we've kind of failed as humans. Well, I won't say failed. Another quote of his is, "If we teach today's students as we taught yesterday's, we rob them of tomorrow." Pretty much meaning is that as we learn, we got to keep on evolving. So if we teach like our math class as we did in the 1600s, that it wouldn't work well, because we've learned a lot more since then, and that we have to keep on bringing this upward further and further in order to help us advance. Now it's my mom's response.
I would say it really is who you are as a person, who you want to be, and really what qualities you want to express, and looking at who you are, being kind to others, how you can give back to the community. Happiness is a big part of aspect of life, because no matter what car you drive, no matter how much money you have in the bank, no matter how big your house is, whatever, if you're not happy, then it doesn't mean anything. So really looking at who you are, what's going to make you happy, and especially being kind to others and being nice to others and treating others the way that you want to be treated as well. But I think it's kind of who you are and how you express and how you become a part of life.
Okay, so what do I have to say about this? I would say freedom is probably the most important aspect. That once we lose this, it's the freedom of where we live or what we're doing, that we really need to change up our entire lives at this point. So what are some implications? If we adopted Thomas Jefferson's view of individual rights, then federal governments, or really any form of overarching governments, would probably not be nearly as a powerful thing anymore. And we adopted John Dewey's, we'd pretty much never get out of school, and we would never stop actively trying for our main life to be education like it is in our schools. So what criticisms can be made? Criticisms, I don't mind that if we have total freedom, then we lose a sense of security. I know that's a major implication, or a major criticism. And if we adopted Thomas Jefferson's, then obviously we would pretty much lose all federal government, which can be pretty bad, but can also probably help people in countries like North Korea or something.